So
Okay.
I want us all to think about that. What are three fun facts about each other that we can't tell just by looking at the screen? And I'll go next because you just walked into this call, right? I am a middle child. Fun fact.
Right.
Right? What else can you not know about me just by looking at my screen? I went to college with a scholarship to play jazz drums. Right? So I'm actually a drummer, not only a guitarist. I play drums too. And my third fun fact is that I have lived in 4 different countries. I think that's kind of a fun fact too.
Cool.
Right? All right. Now, if we get Elisa back, we'll get some info from Elisa. But I want to hear from Olivia. What are some
Okay.
fun facts about you?
I'm the youngest child, and I like horses and cats. Um, and I like to ride my motorcycle.
You have a motorcycle?
Yeah.
That's cool. Melissa, have you ever been on a motorcycle?
Once or twice.
Man, I think I've only ever been on a moped. I need to go for a motorcycle ride. Now, what kind of motorcycle do you have?
CBR 250.
Is that a fast one?
Yeah, it's like a rocket.
Was that is that
But
your first? Is that your first bike?
yeah, it's a smaller bike because it's my first one, so I don't want to be like have too much power and for it to be like too heavy. So
Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, and do other people in your family ride motorcycles?
yeah, my
So that
mom and dad do, and my
okay,
brother.
okay. Well, that explains it.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that helps explain it, right? We can always develop hobbies that our family members aren't into, but oftentimes we follow in the footsteps of our older siblings, and our parents are our guides. And well, that's cool. Hey, today we're talking about self promotion and creating your own personal brand. But before we get there, we're going to do some thinking and some workshopping and some writing. So I know that Melissa has a pen and a piece of paper already. Olivia, do you have a something to write on?
yep.
Nice. Okay. Well, my name's Jason, by the way. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm a singer and a songwriter and a drummer. And also, I have spent my life like self promoting, right? Promoting my music, promoting my bands, trying to get the word out there about the stuff that I do. And as a musician, I also think about things from a very rock and roll perspective. And I don't know, Melissa, have either you? Sorry about the siren; they're always coming for me. Did the Elisa and Curtis shared some videos, 5 short videos. Do you know? Did you ever see those, Olivia? Okay, good. Then I'll just explain them quickly because if you didn't see them, I don't think Melissa saw them, but Melissa does know this. This is. I just want to recap. I want to sort of overview the language that I use when I'm talking about stuff, so that you understand exactly what I'm talking about when I'm referencing these things. There are 5 characteristics that make you an amazing rock star student. By the way, Olivia. By the way, Melissa. And also, there's 5 characteristics that make Elisa just a rock star advisor. The first is the driver, and you can write these down if you want to. I'll do them twice. Driver, instrument. These are ideas and characteristics. The band, speed bumps, and rock star moments. I'll do them again, and then I'll talk about them a little bit. Driver, instrument, the band, speed bumps, and rock star moments. And these are characteristics that you exhibit and that you showcase in your life that really let me know that you're a rock star student. And here's why. You already showed up on this call, which means that you're the driver of your life, that you've made a decision to move yourself in a direction. And being the driver of your life is means that you've taken the wheel, right? You might have maps that you follow and GPSs that you follow and inspirations that you follow. And by that I mean you might say that you are guided by your religion, or you're guided by your parental influence, or you're inspired by somebody. But you really ultimately are the one who makes the decisions, right? You are the driver. You're the literal like person behind the wheel of your life. So you can choose to go right or left or follow or not follow. And right now I know that you are a Rockstar student because you showed up on this call. You made a decision to be here. You're the driver of your life, right? You made a decision. So I know already that Olivia and Melissa and Elisa are the drivers. Your instruments are all the things about you, your characteristics, right? This is the rock and roll version of you. The instruments that you play are your skills, your strengths, your quirky personality, your sense of humor, like your likes and the things that you bring with you, right? One of your instruments is your skill as a motorcycle driver. Like that's one of your instruments. You can claim that as one of your instruments, right? Melissa can claim one of her instruments as a really awesome parent, right? So those are instruments. Those are our strengths that we do. The band, the idea of the band is that anybody that you spend time with is one of your bands. So your family is one of your bands. If you're involved with a club or an organization on campus, that's one of your bands. If you are in a club that's related to your major, that's one of your bands. If you work with a team at work, if you work with a team, even if it's, even Melissa, you mentioned earlier, working at Walmart, you're there with a bunch of other people. You're part of that team, right? You said, customer service, you're still representing a company. You're part of the band, right? Olivia, so any group of friends you hang out with at any time, that's a band. So right now on this call, there are 4 people in the band, right? There are 4 people in this band, and we rock. We're amazing. Woo! All right, and speed bumps. I love this, incorporating this because every one of us has speed bumps. We all are overcoming obstacles all the time. Speed bumps are just the thing on our Rockstar journey that slows us down a little bit, right? It's not a game ender. It's just a speed bump, right? A speed bump are the challenges that we face and that we're able to overcome so that we can create Rockstar moments. And Rockstar moments are those moments in our lives that elevate us and bring us joy and make us happier and healthier and make our bands better. So any decision that you make to improve your life is a Rockstar decision. And as the driver of your life, you are showcasing how you are a rock star. You are showcasing those 5 things. So with that in mind, your instrument is hugely influential on the success of your band. So you matter to your band. Melissa, you matter to your family. Melissa, you matter when you show up at class. Olivia, you matter how you show up on this call. You matter everywhere you go, right? And at the heart of it, now you can look at my screen again. This is another fun idea. The heart of what makes you a rock star is your instrument, right? You are at the heart of what makes you a rock star, but you are hugely influential in your band, and then your band has an impact on the audience. Now, in this case, you have an impact on your community because if you can influence your band, you can impact your community, right? If you can influence an organization on campus, then you're going to have an impact on your neighborhood or on the whole school. So really thinking about what you do matters. How you act has an influence on the group of people you spend time with, which then has an influence on the community. I've got another picture that explains it. Ready for this? I drew this myself. All right. Here is you. This is a little sketch of you, Anthony. This is you, right? And you, as the driver of your life, you play an instrument in this band. And then the band, right? These are the people you hang out with. And then the band has an impact on the audience. Right? So, but it really, still, this is another example of how it starts with you. It starts with you and how you show up, and what you do has an impact on the band, and then the band has an impact on the audience. And in this case, it does look like a COVID spreading picture. So sorry about that. But really, I wanted to instill that in Melissa and Olivia, that you are a powerful person, that what you do matters because you have influence over your group of peoples, the peeps you spend time with, your clubs and organizations, and then that group of people has an impact on the community and the school. And Anthony, it's awesome to see you again. How are you, bud?
Sorry I'm late. I was in my new orientation for work. I started today. And speaking of impacting the community, that's my job. I now go and work for a political party as of today. So I'm now going out and door knocking. So if you get a door and somebody knock on your door, everybody, that's me. Open the door. Say hi.
Hi, it's good to see you. Yeah, so we've only just been talking about our different roles in our groups and organizations, but the heart of what we're going to talk about today, Anthony, is self-promotion. Right? We're gonna do, this is a workshop, so we're gonna do a little bit of work today. We're gonna do a little bit of thinking, and to get to the goal of us thinking about ourselves as worthy of promotion, right? Because I've already said that you matter to your band, right? You matter to your school. You matter to your clubs and organizations. And this will really apply for you, Anthony, as well in this work that you're going to be doing. Grab your pen and your piece of paper. We're going to write some things down right now. We're going to write some things down. Oh, Anthony's got to go get a pen and a piece of paper. But I bet he's going to catch up to this quickly. Please write down for a whole 60 seconds as many qualities of a good friend that you can think of. Write down qualities of a good friend. You're just making a bullet point list. Hey, there's my beeper. So I use a timer. I don't know, I think I've shared this with you all before, but I found this a very helpful tool, even when I'm doing organizing my day, right? If I know that I'm going to take a break and like check Facebook for a little bit, I set my timer so that I don't spend more than like 10 minutes on it. It actually gets me back on track. So, but I use it in times like this so that we can make sure to keep plugging away at these ideas. And we are an awesome size group that we can share just with the 5 of us. Now, if you did write something down, hold your pen up and stick it on your nose. Good. Everybody wrote something down. Good. All right. Olivia, would you please share 3 of the things on your list? Qualities of a good friend.
Okay. Listening, helping, and spirit riser.
Oh, spirit riser. Can you give me an example of spirit riser?
Like when someone's feeling down, that you bring them back up.
That's awesome. Thank you. Now, Melissa and Anthony, if you hear things that you have not written down that you heard from Olivia, it is absolutely okay to add those to your list. Qualities of a good friend. All right, Melissa, would you like to go next?
Sure. Kind, respectful, and passionate.
Can you say the third one again, please?
Passionate?
Passionate?
Yes.
Oh. Can you explain that one?
You don't want someone that's all grumpy and, happy,
For you, passionate means cheerful?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's interesting that we use words differently. Right? We actually all use words differently, so spirit riser, to somebody else on this call could have been like evangelical Christian, for like, a good friend prays with you. And that's what spirit riser means, right? But really it's about just helping somebody who's in a tough spot or having a tough day, right? That's what it means to Olivia. So passionate, Melissa, to you means cheerful and happy, right? Cool. All right, Anthony.
I got trust, loyal, honest, got game because he's got to be my wingman, has his own money, ambitious, determined, motivated, smart, and funny.
Look at that list. That's awesome. Do that one again. I liked it.
Trusting, I got to be able to trust him. If I can't trust him, they can't be my friend. They got to be loyal. You a backstabber, you got to go.
Gotcha.
Honest.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
Don't lie to me.
Got game because you got to be my wingman.
Okay.
You can't have a good wingman if they ain't got no game. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be as good with women as me, like, or at least on par.
Oh my goodness.
Ambitious. I don't like lazy people. You gotta have some type of goals, motivated something.
Cool.
Determined. Nobody likes an undisciplined person, man. Motivated, smart. I don't like dummies. And funny. I like to make people laugh. You can make me laugh. We can be friends forever.
Got it. This is a good list. Okay, that's good. Now, Olivia, did you copy any of those words down? Which ones did you put down?
She copied got game, man. She needs a girl with good game too. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's single. She needs a man or a girl. I mean, she needs something.
All
I got.
right.
I wrote down everything everybody said.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Now, were there other words that you have written down on your page that haven't been said yet?
A helper and showing up.
Helper and showing up, right? Someone
Yeah.
who shows up,
Listener.
right?
Yeah.
Cool. I love that. Okay, Melissa, how about you?
I have all of them written down, and I think I don't have any other ones.
That's great. No, but that's a really solid list. Now, please look at that same list and don't do this quickly, but look at the list and circle the 3 that you think you exhibit the most. It's not an easy question, is it?
I wanted to circle like 5 of them.
Right. Yeah. And no, it's not easy, but it really gets you thinking that there's some things on the list that maybe you don't value as much as others, right? When it comes down to it, you can actually select the ones that are more important to you, right? Maybe it's hard to get just 3. Maybe 5 are more important than the list of 10. Maybe there's one on the list that you could just cross off because even though it's important, it's not absolutely 100% essential to friendship, right? I don't have an opinion about that, but maybe you could say one of these. Oh, you can let one of these go. I'm not saying to do that. I want you to exhibit all these qualities. All right, we're gonna start another list. Can I get this for another list? Everybody do a little dance for another list. We're gonna do another list. Oh yeah. Hey Melissa, can we get your daughter to dance with us?
She loves dancing, but
I love dancing. Okay, here's the other list. Qualities of a team player. Qualities of a team player. And I'm going to set the timer for a minute again.
yeah. Yeah.
Everybody hear the beeper? All right. I'm sure you could keep writing if you wanted to, but let's stop there. And let's do the same thing again. Let's share some of the things we said, and let's write down ones that we agree with that we want to add to our list. This time, let's have Melissa go first.
I only have 2. I
Perfect.
am willing to share ideas with others.
Uh-huh.
Respectful of others' thoughts and ideas.
That's great. Respectful of others' thoughts. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Anthony, go for it.
For team players, some of them overlap. Trust, loyal, motivated, dependable, smart, honest, works well independently, and a team player.
Awesome. Thank you. And now it is time for Olivia. Do you want him to say that list again? Because it was kind of fast, right? And you're writing everything down? Yeah. Go, Anthony, say it again, would you? Thank you.
Trust, loyal, motivated, dependable, smart, honest, works well independently, and a team player.
Cool. Olivia. Pretty please.
Someone who doesn't take over and values the opinions of others and does not give up.
Very cool. Thank you. Now, what of those qualities do you all exhibit? What are some of your strengths? What are the things that you don't even? Now we can. This can inspire words that are off the list. what are some qualities that you bring to a team? What are some of your strengths that you bring to a team? And you can think about this. What are some of the strengths that you bring to your bands? It doesn't have to be a team. It can be your family, right? So those are all, for me, those are all interchangeable words, right? But your relationship with your family is obviously different than your team at work. But what are some of the qualities that you bring with you wherever you go? What are your strengths and skills that you know that if I were hiring you, you would say, hey, I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
What are the skills that you bring to the team? Olivia, you want to go first?
So I don't take over, and I'm motivated, so I don't give up, and I'm very respectful. Is that you're asking us to do it from the same list,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Okay.
these are we're celebrating today. We're really celebrating you for who you are, truly, truly, and we're all uniquely different. And the coolest part about you playing an instrument in the band and thinking about yourself as somebody who plays an instrument in the and working in a band is that bands are so much cooler when everybody's different, when everybody plays a different instrument, right? And all the bands I've ever played with, I didn't try to play with a bunch of other guitar players. No, I wanted a bass player and a keyboard player and a drummer and a sax player. Like, it's cool that maybe Melissa's the bass player, Olivia, you're the lead guitar player, Anthony, you're the lead singer. You know, like, everybody brings something different to the band. So we're celebrating what your strengths are that you bring to your family, that you bring to your teams, that you bring to your groups of people, you know, and we show up differently for different places. We do. We show up differently in an online class than we do for a volleyball practice, or we show up different for our team that's going to go door to door versus our sumo wrestling team. I don't know if you're really on one. I just made that up. All right. But what are the strengths that you bring to the team? Melissa, would you go next, please?
Dependable, respectful, trustworthy, honest, loyal.
Awesome. Dependable, respectful, trustworthy, and honest. Those are and all these qualities are really wonderful, right? These are very positive qualities, right? Because you're thinking about what you add to the team, what you positively bring to your groups, right? And I'm sure the list actually for all of you is probably like 15 or 20 deep, because you have so many amazing qualities about you. Because you're a rock star student leader. Because I said so. Anthony, what do you got?
I got different perspective, uniqueness, speaking, and lots of energy. And single. It helps. Trust me.
Being single helps on your team.
Yes, on a team in the work I do, I got to be able to flirt with absolutely no repercussions, because even if you have a girlfriend who's understanding, when they see you work a crowd, because I mean, I got to work in bars, I got to work in communities, I got to work everywhere, they get
Yeah.
a little upset when you're sitting there flirting with people. Like, I'm flirting with girls and guys. Like, whatever I got to do to sit here and like get my point across and organize and recruit people and stuff, like, I'm
Right,
doing.
right. Hey,
Single help.
explain to Olivia, to bring Olivia up to speed, and maybe Melissa doesn't know you either. Give us a little, like, 1 minute explanation of what exactly you're talking about, so it makes more sense to everybody.
Okay, so I am a community leader and organizer with 12 different organizations. It's my job to recruit people, and if they like you, they're more likely to want to come. You got to be charismatic. You got to be well spoken, or you got to be continuously speaking. You have to be confident. You have to be motivated. You have to um, let people feel your energy and enthusiasm. You have to know your subject. You have to pretty much anything and everything. You got to be nice and kind and get people to respect you and like you right away. I don't have time to sit here and get to know people. I have to make them like me and feel like we're best friends from a very quick point. I got about they call it the 3-minute rule, but I got less. I feel I got less time than that. So when I try and organize or recruit somebody, I got about 60 seconds. I got to make you laugh. I got to find out something about you. I got to put 3 facts in you about me, because I want you to remember 3 things at least. And I got to make sure that you pay attention to me. So if I'm sitting here talking in a monotone, you're not going to be very inspired or want to listen. But if I'm sitting here making you laugh, got a big old smile on my face, I'm cute, long hair, great body, and everything else, you're more likely to listen to me, pay attention to me, and everything else. So I don't have as nice as body and as pretty looks as Jason, but I'm trying to get there. Hold on. Like Superman, when I take these glasses off, you know what it is.
Thanks, Anthony.
That's pretty much what it is. I got to make people laugh. I got to make.
Right. You are selling as a community organizer, but you haven't yet clarified. Give us an example of like what is one of the organizations that you're most proud of to work with right now?
Expo. It is ex-incarcerated people organized. I've been to prison. I now work on trying to help stop people from being drug addicts. I'm a peer specialist and opening up a peer specialist company to help people get off of meth and heroin, help them with mental health issues, help them get their life back on track, and try and be better in life.
Awesome. Thank you. Does that make more sense, Olivia and Melissa, about why Anthony's talking about recruiting people in bars and all over the place? And it helps understand. It gives us some context, right? It gives us some context. But what's awesome about the three of you is that you're all on the same campus, right? Really, you're students at the same campus. Have you all ever met in person?
No.
Right? But how cool is it that you're getting to know each other here on this call, right? Because you're growing your network. You're growing your sphere of influence, because the more people that you know, the more you're going to grow your sphere of influence, the greater impact you're going to have in the community. Because now Olivia might know somebody in her life that could really use Anthony's help, right? Or Melissa might know somebody that could really use Anthony's help. So that said, Olivia, what have you declared a major? Are you part of an organization on campus? What are you into? What are some of your hobbies?
Well, I'm doing diagnostic medical sonographer.
What? That sounds cool. Diagnostic medical stenographer.
Yeah.
That sounds like she works in a submarine.
Right?
Ultrasound is easier.
Okay. I just had to see an ultrasound person the other day for the baby.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. And now, all right, over to Melissa, please. Melissa.
I'm in the health information management technology team.
Right. That's
That's my
awesome.
focus.
Okay. So let's change direction for a second. Now we're getting to know each other a little better. We know some things about each other that we didn't know before. We're growing the number of people that we know on campus, and we're celebrating each individual for what they bring to this group. Right? So let's give, I don't know who's next to you or who's above you, but high five everybody. Give everyone high fives if it's here, below, like, if you look at your screen, grab your pen and point to Anthony so that we can see it on the screen. Where is Anthony for you? Is Anthony above you, Melissa? Or he's to the left of you?
He's above me.
He's above you, right?
Actually.
Olivia, for you, so right below me is Olivia, and below Olivia is Anthony. And I've got Alyssa in my top left. Alyssa's over here.
I'm directly in the middle.
You are. That's great. I think I wonder if you show up on your own screen in the middle. Maybe not. Maybe you do. All right. Now look around your space. Everybody look around your room, look around your space, and see if you can find something with a brand on it. Something branded. Is there anything that you can grab that has a brand on it?
Probably.
All right, I see Anthony's got something in his hand. Okay, yes. All right, good. Olivia, you've got Mead, which is an envelope company or a paper company. Anthony, you were holding up like a chocolate milk or something? What was that?
Nutmeg and cinnamon, because I always keep a big thing of coffee near me. If I didn't have coffee to calm down, you would not be able to even be
right. I know. It's interesting. It's interesting how caffeine can work on a brain like yours and mine.
Yes,
right?
Mine coffee calms me down.
Yep.
It is my Adderall.
It's a stimulant, and it actually helps. It helps you calm. Yeah. All right. So you've got nutmeg and cinnamon. What brand were those? What were the brands?
Stone Mill and Spice Supreme.
Right. So those are the brands. Those are the companies that are selling the spices. And Mead is the company that's selling the envelopes. Melissa, did you find something on your desk?
Well, I have my soda, which is Pepsi product.
A Pepsi product, absolutely. A Pepsi product. All right. So what we've got here is examples of brands. Now think about something that exists only in your city. Is there a local brand that only exists in Eau Claire and the surrounding area? Is there a family restaurant or a dry cleaners?
Eau
Well,
Claire Family Restaurant.
in Lacrosse, we have Pleasing.
What is it called, Olivia?
Pleasing.
Ooh, what is that?
It's a seasoning
Really?
that's amazing on breakfast food.
Oh, that's cool. So it's a local brand, okay?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's in Tennessee. I love putting things on my food, so I'm gonna have to come and visit and get some. All right, now that's a local brand. According to us, that's a local brand. Now let's think about a statewide brand. Is there a statewide brand that you can think of?
Going to the bathroom, be right back.
Okay.
Westby cheese.
There's a cheese, a regional cheese? Right?
Well,
Okay.
Nelson Cheese Factory.
Yeah, the cheese factory. All right, okay, so, and those are regional brands and they promote regionally. What about a global brand? What would be an example of a global brand?
McDonald's.
Say it again.
McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's is a global brand, and Melissa's drink, Pepsi
Yes.
products are global. Your computer, whatever computer you're using right now, is most likely a global brand. Right? So, well, let's think about this. What do all brands have in common? What do all brands do? So write down on your piece of paper what you think all brands have in common, and then we're going to share it in the chat after we've written it on a piece of paper. All right, Anthony, what we're writing down right now is what do all brands have in common? What do all brands do? That there's a commonality for all brands. And we talked about local brands, we talked about regional brands, and then we went to national brands. We went with Pepsi, we went with McDonald's. Like, what do all brands do? What is a thing that every brand would have in common? And you're going to write those down. What is an action that a brand would take? And now, rather than write them in the chat, go ahead and let's share again. Olivia, go ahead and share your ideas.
Okay, they sell, promote, and catch your eye and interest.
Sell, promote, and catch your eye. Great. Okay. Anthony, you got something?
It helps differentiate their product from another.
They differentiate themselves from others. That's really a great one. Yep. And Melissa, what do you got?
I just put they promote that product.
Yeah, promote. See, exactly. That's it. Yeah. You all of you touched on some level of marketing, some level of promotion. So here's what I want to make this leap. I want to make this jump is that we all add value to our school. We add value to our families. We add value to our communities. You are each amazing individuals and you're rockstar student leaders. And the more people that you meet, the larger you grow your sphere of influence, the greater impact you're going to have on campus. Right? So I am encouraging you, Olivia and Anthony and Melissa, to really embrace the fact that you are a powerful and influential person. So the more that you grow the number of people who know you, the more you grow the number of people who know you, the greater your influence and impact is going to be. So, look at this picture again, right? This is the picture of you. This is an amazing, amazing individual. But if nobody ever hears about this individual and nobody ever meets you, the world is missing out on an amazing person, right? We are celebrating what you bring to the world today.
Yeah.
You are an amazing person, but we're also going to make the leap right now is that you already know what your brand is, right? That you actually know who you are in the world, that you know what you're good at and how you want to be seen. So write this down right now. Write down 3 ways in which you want to be known in the world. How do you want to be described by other people? Let's talk about it as your reputation. What is your reputation? Not your current reputation, but let's imagine that you can reinvent yourself right in this moment. moving forward, how do you want to be known by other people? What are the words that you want other people to speak about you? What do you stand for, right? What do you want to represent in the world? Like, what do you associate with the brands that you mentioned, right? How do you want to be known in the world? And let's call this, what you're writing down right now, let's make the connection that this is how you want to package and sell yourself. This is who you want to be seen. This is how you want to be seen. This is who you are and how you want to be seen. Melissa, I want to hear about how you want to be seen by the rest of the world. Tell me about it.
Caring, respectful, understanding, and honest is what I have written down so far.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right, Olivia, how do you want to be seen by your campus community and the rest of the world? How do you want to be described by me to other people?
Outgoing, honest, kind, and loyal.
Very nice. Thank you. All right. And what about you, Anthony? How do you want me to describe you to other people?
Most creative, brings laughter, and a new era.
Okay. A new era. Yeah. You're the rebirth of Anthony is kind of what I'm feeling right now, right? This is exciting. So now when we embrace this, like, look at the words you wrote down. Like, put big circles around those. Like, just circle them. You don't have to really circle them, but like, really, let's celebrate that you now, right now, have claimed, you have made a statement publicly on this call that this is how you want to be known in the world. This is your reputation, right? This is who you are. This is how you want to be known, right? This is what you stand for. This is what you want people to say about you. This is your reputation. So here's the cool part about it, is you've shown up on this call and you've just promoted yourself here. You promoted yourself here on this call to me and to Alyssa, who's really there. She's listening, right? So where else can you promote yourself? Where else can you promote yourself? Write down places where you can actively promote yourself. Again, we're going to share these ideas. And we're going to write down the ones that we did not write down. And I see that Melissa is still writing a whole novel about ways to promote yourself. This is great. All right, Olivia, you were the first one to look up. So tell me what you wrote down. Where can you promote yourself, Olivia?
I just have at work and with the family and obviously school.
At work, family, and school. Okay, cool. All right, Melissa, what'd you get?
School, work, and the community.
School, work, and community. Awesome. Okay. Anthony, what do you got?
I got social media, news, organizations, dating apps, and the community.
Dating apps. And what was the third one?
I actually promote myself on a few dating apps. Like, this is what I do. If you want to get involved, I did that on the Cvtc app too, or the about yourself thing.
No, that's a great, I mean, really, truly, yes. That's a wonderful way to promote yourself, especially you can promote what was the third one you said? Social media?
News, organizations, since I'm a member of 12 of them.
Right. Cool. So here's what I think that Olivia, you talked about local promotion. You wrote work, family, and school, which is more like still local, right? So you immediately thought, like, I can promote my awesomeness to my locally, the way that maybe that family cheese place in town, or the spice company, right? The local spice company, right? So Olivia, you're thinking local. Now, Melissa said school, work, and community, right? So community is a little bit broader than just school. You use the word school. So Melissa might be thinking community. So maybe it's the zip code. Maybe it's a little bit past the zip code, right? And so that's a more regional thing. Now, what Anthony mentioned, you touched on something, Anthony, there. The news is probably going to be local news. Organizations are still local, right? But dating apps, I don't know if they're confined by zip code, then it's another local promotion. But social media, this is where all of you have this ability to promote to the world. You have a global platform to promote yourself. You have a global platform to promote you to the world. So I want us to think about this. In any brand that you work for, if you work for a company, now we're talking about the brands again. If you work for Pepsi and you did something at Pepsi as an employee of Pepsi that disparaged or hurt their brand, you'd get fired, right? If you did something that was against their brand, you'd get fired, right? If you worked for any of those other companies that you mentioned. Now, look at your own brand, right? Look at your own brand of how you want to be seen in the world. And what are you doing every day to promote that? And every time that you do something, is it in line with your mission, right? So this, now you can wake up tomorrow and say, like, this is my brand and I want to uphold these beliefs. I want to uphold these standards. But here's what I'm going to ask you. And this is specifically about social media. Do you need to do a social media audit? Which means, do you need to check your social media? Because if there's stuff on your social media that is a disservice to your brand, you should fire yourself, right? You are actively promoting your brand. In every opportunity that you have, you will be promoting yourself, the awesome version of you, the positive, awesome version of you that you wrote down. So I know that we have all liked something that maybe we shouldn't have liked, or maybe that we shared something that we shouldn't have shared. So now let's think about this. Moving forward, from this day forward, everything that we do should be on brand. Everything that we do should be on brand, because when we do that, we're going to attract people to us who will like us for our authentic selves. Right? So, but I'm also saying in this point is that the more you promote yourself, and I know this is extra hard for Melissa, because before anybody else was on the phone earlier, Melissa said to me, I'm shy. You did. And I'm sharing this because we're all friends, right? And that some of one of the struggles that you have is meeting new people, right? But the more that you promote yourself, the larger your sphere of influence is going to grow. So Olivia, you as a student on this call, you're already now a student leader. So every day you should be promoting yourself to the world, to get people to join whatever it is that you're into. So where can you promote yourself? At school, in classes, with my family, on social media. And social media is the big one, right? Social media is important that you think about that you're really promoting the version of yourself that you want the world to see, right? So let me ask you this question, everybody. Are there ways in which you can improve your own self-promotion?
Hell yes.
Okay, write it down. Where do you want to improve your self-promotion? Where do you want to have a better presence, and what do you need to fix?
Watch it snow.
Melissa, the other day, I'm sorry that I'm interrupting, but the other day, Melissa, I was on a call with an advisor who has a fenced-in yard and a dog, and she said to me, sometimes I just want to put my child outside.
I only have one of the 7 home.
Yeah.
So I'm good right now.
Yeah, I bet. So what we're writing down, Melissa, is where we can improve our own personal self-promotion. Right? And if you don't have a social media accounts, I truly think you should grow your presence online. Okay, Anthony, where do you need to improve?
Well, the places I want to improve on, I can't. Because I would definitely like to improve my criminal record, but unless we get a governor that does that, I can't really improve that.
Well, hold on. Hey, Anthony, part of your story, part of your brand is your story.
Right. And I use my story for community work and stuff, but as a professional level, nobody really wants to give you a bank loan if you've been to prison a couple times. And I've been denied numerous jobs. I even got denied a job a month ago at Cvtc, the college I'm going to, for a door monitor COVID tester person. So
Yeah.
I would like to just have it erased, but still have, I still know where I was at. I still know what made me go there. I still use that as a way to help people. But it would be nice to not have that on my criminal record anymore. I just like to have that erased a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you. I definitely hear you. And I'm going to say this, Anthony, you're not limited when you're promoting to the world because of the work that you're doing. And when you start promoting globally, when you start thinking about yourself as a global influencer, you're a community changer, right? But guess what? Guess what's 100 miles away from you is another community that needs you. And 100 miles further down the road is another community that needs you. So you can actually be a global, not that you have to move your body in that direction, but we have access on Zoom to the world. You will have a global impact, Anthony. With the work that you're doing now, it's going to launch an enormous career for you, right? And
I
Olivia,
hope so.
And Olivia, you are going to have a global impact. And Melissa, you are going to have a global impact because you have something at your fingertips that we didn't have 20 years ago. So I want us to really embrace the fact that we're not just student leaders, is that we're leaders in the world. And what we do matters because we will have an impact, because we will influence, because we will be putting good content out there. And you don't have to, here's another thing, you don't have to create the content that you're sharing. Right? If you decide that once a week you're going to find a really great article that's going to help other people and you share that, that's powerful. Right? And guess what? If you get 2 likes for the thing that you shared, you've impacted 2 people's lives. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Now, question for Melissa and Olivia and Anthony. Do any of you feel like you need to do a social media audit, which means going through and deleting some things you've said?
Done it.
Nope.
I've already did
On
it.
Facebook.
Look, Melissa, you know what's awesome, Melissa? You said you've already done it. That's awesome. Yeah, but you admit, so this is a really mature thing that you said, is that you're able to say that you said some things maybe you didn't want to say, or you shared some things you didn't want to share. And that's awesome, and that's a great example to all of us, right? Just to own it, because we are all on a journey.
People that were toxic in my life.
Yeah, look, we will be in many bands throughout our lives, and some of our bands are better than others. Some of our bands are better than others, and we are rock stars on a rock star journey. Sometimes we're with this band, sometimes we're with this band, but it all comes back to us taking care of ourselves first, because you will be in different bands. You will not always be in the same band, right? You will not always be in the same band. The only band that you don't get to choose is the band that you're born into or fostered by. Beyond that, you pick all the other ones. Melissa, you picked your partner who you have a family with, right? That wasn't picked for you, right? Olivia, you did not pick the family you were born into, but you can certainly pick the friends you hang out with, right? You choose your bands. And when you take control of your life and you realize the more you put the good version of yourself out there, better bands are going to want you to be in them. Good bands are going to want you to join their band, or people are going to want to join what you're doing. And this connects, of course, this is going to connect to our workshop next week about promoting your club and your organization. Because the more that you're willing to promote yourself and grow your sphere of influence, the easier it's going to be for you to recruit people to your major, to your clubs, to your communities. And Anthony really said this beautifully earlier in our talk when you said, I got to show up. I got to show up. I got to show up with a smile on my face, with some charisma, right? Every one of us has to think about this. How are we showing up? Right? How are we showing up, and how are we promoting ourselves? So everybody we meet in our lives will make snap judgments about us, right? Because it's part of our brain. Our development over millions of years is that we are able to make decisions about something being dangerous or friendly right away. Our minds do this. It is embedded in our brain that we immediately make first impression assumptions about other people. That's a fact. Now, I talked about the liking gap, that actually people actually like you more once you've met them than you think they do. I'll get more into that again next week. That's an actual study done. People like you more than you think they do. But the truth about our biology is that people make snap judgments about you. They make instantaneous decisions, right? So it's really important to be aware of that so that you really think about how you are showing up, right? Even on these calls, right? I'm on calls sometimes with students who I can only see their forehead. And I say to them, like, how are you showing up, right? How are you choosing to show up? So that's a real thought. How are you showing up? Because in that moment, everybody that's never met you before is making a snap judgment about you. Not intentionally, but I really want you to be aware of that. Number one, be aware of that. I want you to fully be aware of the biology of the brain, right? People make judgments about us, but we have the ability, number two, to decide how we're going to be seen in the world. Because you wrote it down. You wrote down the words that you want to have represent you. You have the ability to control your camera and where it sits and things like that. I know Melissa's family got involved today to move the camera, right? Number two, that you can make a decision. And then the third thing is that you can control it. You can control your messaging by what you put online, by what you say in class. Not only how you show up, but what you say when you're there, right? So the first thing is know that people make snap judgments about us. They will. But you can control other people's perceptions of you by how you show up and what you say. You will have an impact on their perceptions of you by how you choose to show up and what you say. And this is part of your brand. What is your brand, right? And another way to think about it is, what is the field of work you want to go into, right? Think about, is the branding that you're doing appropriate for the field of work you want to go into? Right? And I've already gone over the hour. I'm sorry. I love this topic though, because it empowers you to know that you have the ability to choose how you're going to show up, right? And how to promote yourself. So Anthony, you mentioned where you saw room for improvement. Olivia, will you share real quickly where you see room for improvement?
I could show a little bit more confidence, which would show that I'm outgoing a little bit more and make people want to see my kindness and my loyalty, because otherwise they just like shy away from me because I might seem like I'm like putting everything off, even though it's just being shy and not confident.
Yeah, but the more and more you practice that, the easier it gets. So tell me again, what are the ways you want to be seen in the world? Tell me that Olivia Ringelman's brand. What is Olivia Ringelman's brand?
Kind, loyal, outgoing, and honest.
Right. Can you imagine if nobody ever met you? That'd be so sad, right? You're making the world better by promoting yourself and by putting yourself out there. Right? So that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. You said you want to improve by getting yourself out there more. That's exactly the point. We want to promote our brand to make the world a better place. Melissa, did you write down a way in which you wanted to improve today?
Getting more out into the community, because I'm in a very small community, which is Durand, which is 2,000 people. So, I mean, everybody knows everybody. So, and I went to school here when I was little, so I know a lot of people, but I don't remember a lot of people. So just getting out there and getting to reconnecting and getting to know them again.
That's wonderful. Yes. And one of the ways that we can do that safely right now is online. And you have all seen how effective this is to make connections. Right? Olivia, you now know Anthony a lot better, and Melissa, you know Olivia better, and I know Elisa better. And so when we see each other on campus in the future, it's going to be way easier to talk to each other because we've already made a connection. You've already promoted your brand right here on this call. So this is the first step. This was a local promotion, and then we're going to go to a regional promotion, and then we do the global promotion, right? All right, I'm not going to keep you any longer today. I'm excited to see you again next week. Thank you for your time. The action for this week is to continue to promote yourself. Think about your promotion of yourself. Think about growing your social media presence, and everything that you post should be in line with your brand. Remember, you're promoting your brand, and anything you do that's in opposition of your brand is going to get you fired. And the only person that's going to fire you is you. So you can rehire yourself the next day by posting something that's on point with your brand. All right? Anybody have any last thoughts or any questions?
Next week, same time?
Same time next week. I hope you can be there right at noon, mister.
I will try. These orientation things at work suck.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough, but that is a place where you've said that you can promote your brand. So it's a wonderful thing. You are growing your brand by being involved in other things.
Before we close out today, we have to do our weekly drawing.
Oh, cool.
Gift card. And this time I actually drew little pieces of paper. Since there's only 3 of you, I thought, well, I'll just do that. And our winner today is actually Anthony. So,
Anthony!
Wait, hold on. Would I win? What?
won a gift card. Just for
That's what's up.
Look at that.
Congratulations, Anthony.
That's cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so either myself or Curtis will be in contact with you, okay? All right.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, it was super nice to meet you, Olivia.
Yeah. Nice
I've been
to-
lucky. I've met Melissa and Anthony before, but I can't wait to see you again next week. And invite your friends, invite your family. Everyone's welcome on these calls. But next week we are talking about building our band, and I'm talking about growing your network so that you can build your organization or club, or it's helpful ideas on how to recruit people to your school or recruit people to your major.
That's actually perfect timing because November 4th, I have to have my team up and ready for that criminal justice task force. So building my team is going to be very important next week.
Awesome. Good. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right. I'm going to stay on for an extra minute, but I'll say goodbye if anybody wants to hang around. I'm going to count down from 5, and then everybody say, Happy Tuesday, and then go off and do your own thing. Right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. See you later.
Bye.
See you later. See you later.